My electrical background, obviously, when I was exposed to LED, when we went to solve an issue for Cree when I was running another company's heat sinking products, and the LEDs have to be heat sinked. When I went into their factory to help them solve a heat sinking issue, my previous background in electrical, I recognized that the energy savings that was going to come from LEDs as that market expanded into various different applications was going to be 60-70% energy savings. And that's what allowed me to just go, wow, this is going to be revolutionary to the market of lighting in itself, because things are incandescent and nothing's efficient. And this is going to allow AC current to go to DC current and save at least 60% in energy. And that's how I was able to go, this is a market we should be looking into. And so I started gathering details and more information on the industry as a whole. When I was in the electrical field, there was all these new regulations and compliance that needed to be efficient. And at the time, we didn't really know what efficient was. Coming from the electrical field, you either had power or you didn't, and a light bulb was a watt. So when CFLs came out and we changed all our bulbs from a 100-watt incandescent to a 60-watt CFL, and we saw that savings on the power bill at our house, we really knew that when the LEDs came about and we went from a 60-watt CFL to a 10-watt LED, that efficiency was a huge cost savings for not just me personally, but in every application overall. You go into an application, if you don't understand exactly what's going on in that application and you put the wrong light fixture, it can mess up and cause major issues for your end user customer. An example of that is putting just a vapor type fixture in an explosion proof application, and they have a fire, and that explosion proof fixture doesn't blow up, doesn't cause an issue. That vapor type fixture could cause an issue and could cause people to die from an explosion. And so lighting can be as critical an element in an explosion proof application as a light bulb in your lamp. I approach each application and the business as a whole the exact same way. Whether I'm talking to the CEO and decision maker or the maintenance crew who's going to have to install the product, whether it's $1,000 direct tube light order or $200,000 complete facility install job, every order is important, every customer is important, and that's just a strategy we've always had, customers first. We're awarded a project, not a huge project, but it was like 1,000 tube lights. And back then the lamps were like $30 a piece. So it was a nice order for us. And we get out there and we take the order out there because we want to take it out there to the customer and see his application. And we seen what he was going to do. He was lighting up a maintenance shop. And we leave and we get back here to our offices, and the guy calls us and says, these things are not very bright. And I'm like, what do you mean? The foot candle should be X. He goes, no, they're nowhere near that. So we got back in the car and we drove back out there to the end user customer. We walked in his facility and he had the tube lights installed facing up instead of down. So all the lights going up into his fixture instead of coming out of his fixture where the lights is. And I just cut the light switch off and I went up there and I flipped all the tube lights around the correct way in one fixture. And I flipped the light back on. I said, Jason, do we have any other questions? And he just said, man, I'm sorry, I'm buying lunch today. I apologize. It was just a funny thing that what people don't know about lighting, they just don't know. This guy just installed them. He didn't realize there was a way to install them.
Excellent.
Innovation in the lighting industry going forward is going to be a lot of similar features as you've had. The package is going to get smaller. The diodes themselves are going to get brighter. Automation controls is going to be a big thing in innovating the industry overall going forward, because the control packages are now bringing almost as much energy savings as the LEDs themselves. So when you package the LEDs that save 70% of energy, and then you can take a control package and save another 20 or 30% energy and gain that much more efficient in an application or a product, then that's where your innovation is going to come from.